Nancy Lieberman Charities awards scholarships annually to deserving scholar athletes, and we're trying to talk to some of the recipients, folks that have now come through the scholarship and gone on to college and gotten to where they're about to graduate or have graduated. And our guest today is Garrett Littlejohn, and Garrett went to Texas A&M with a scholarship. Your majors sounded challenging to me. Tell us what you majored in and why.
All right, so I'm majoring in electrical engineering with a minor in both business and math, but I only switched to my math minor after my climate change minor because of my passion for climate change. And I actually learned a lot about energy storage and renewable energy systems through that means, so it's been really informative for me.
So with all of that, what would you think down the road you hope to do?
I would just really like to really go into renewable energy systems such as solar and wind, and possibly battery storage such as lithium-ion batteries and other means of storing that energy that renewable systems produce.
Now, one of the things Garrett did while he was at A&M is he got involved in the Entrepreneurship Society. That, of course, can also be a direction you can go, and if you're looking to establish new technology, be innovative. Why did you do that, and what might that mean for you down the road?
Well, coming from a rural area and my dad being a business owner himself, I'm naturally kind of entrepreneurial minded, and that's really helped me in a lot of ways for my business acumen, and I think it'll help me in the long run down the road, especially for even more personal things, I guess so.
So one of the things that Garrett has thought about is he played golf in high school. That was his sport. That's part of why he was eligible for this Nancy Lieberman Charity Scholarship. And you got to go to a place where golf is kind of a big deal. Tell us about that and what you learned and what you studied.
Well, actually here recently I've been working as a part-time caddy at Blue Jack National Golf Course down in Montgomery, Texas, just to kind of pay any expenses that come along with being a college student. And I really have made some really good friends there, and we're actually kind of using our entrepreneurial skills to look into means of making some money, I guess, along the way in that industry and in the sports industry.
Yeah, we can't tell you exactly what it is because there's going to be patents and trademarks and all sort of stuff, but entrepreneurship plus golf equals fun.
Right.
Now, you also went to Scotland.
Right.
Now, tell us why you did that and what you studied.
Well, A&M pretty much sends information in weekly newsletters about study abroad because they're really trying to pushing it down there, which I highly recommend. And when I saw Scotland, I really couldn't pass up the opportunity since Littlejohn is, of the Scottish descent. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity, and it was just an incredible place, definitely.
This would probably be a good time to remind everyone that Nancy Lieberman Charities does do a charity golf tournament every year, and certainly that would be a good way to help raise money for some of the cool programs that the charity does. What did this scholarship mean for you, and how did it help you get where you are?
Well, growing up with like a class of 100 kids at a public school, I mean, whenever I initially, signed up for this scholarship and applied, I really didn't have much hope because I figured, man, I'm sure there's people all over the area, applying for this. But I ended up getting it, and, there's an indescribable feeling when you realize that you have more support behind you than you recognize. And I think that in itself has provided me with a lot of hope to push myself. And it's more than just the money here, but the money does help.
And certainly one of the things Nancy wants all the scholarship recipients to know is that she's still there for them. Nancy Lieberman Charities is still there for them as they move forward and go on into life. And if you have a question, about, let's say, somebody who runs a charity golf tournament,
right,
Nancy would be available for Garrett and all the other scholarship recipients. My name is Russ Schultz, and I've had the privilege of getting to do a number of projects, including work on the golf tournament with Nancy and the charity. And so it's been really cool to see the growth of the program and then also get to meet folks like you. So anyone who wants to help a scholar athlete like Garrett can go to nancyliebermancharities.org, and that's where you'll find all the information.